Hi guys, I'm Jay Addy from MMA News UK, and today we'll be doing our first live podcast interview with Steve Riformato. He's one half of one of the biggest and most anticipated fights to put an end to one of the biggest rivalries in the regional scene between Steve and AJ Jeffries. This fight will be held on Impact Fight UK 17 on Saturday the 26th of November in Wisbech. For tickets, contact any of the fighters or the promoter Chris Ellington. Okay, Steve, so, right, we're going to start. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, you know, your history, your gym, and how you got into the sport?
So my gym's Rough Diamonds MMA.
Yeah.
I got into the sport mainly because I just like fighting.
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, makes sense.
I give it a try, and then I realised it weren't as easy as.
Yeah, it's funny that happens, isn't it?
Yeah.
You come in like 500-0 on the cobbles.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone gets you with double leg, and that's it. It's game over.
Yeah, no, it's sort of fascinating me.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool. What about your gym? Because you run your own gym now, didn't you?
Yeah. It's in Godmanchester in Cambridgeshire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got decent fighters coming through. We've got like a strong Thai team as well.
Yeah.
So not just MMA, we've got a Thai team, and we've got a lot of kids coming through as well.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, mate. All about bringing the youth through.
Well, they're looking good because they, like the committed ones, they're training 5 times a week.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah, so like some do double sessions because we do 2 different age groups. So some will just do them both. So yeah.
That's good, though, like some of the youngsters, they're confident enough to move up to the next age group.
Yeah.
That's good.
I've got some of the younger ones who train in the older classes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But that's a big thing. You've got to be really confident, you know.
Yeah.
That's good. And for anyone who wants to know, the name of Steve's gym is behind him, Rough Diamonds MMA. There we go. Look at that. And for those who haven't been to Steve's gym before, he's standing in a new cage. He's actually just installed today, which is why we're doing this podcast rather late. But yeah, it's looking rather nice. Okay. Right. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your rivalry and how it started and how the fight came about with AJ?
Right. All right. I think most people would have read it if they're friends with me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't need to repeat it again, but I think everyone knows what it is. It was a long story short.
Yeah, do the short version for the people who haven't read it. Yeah.
So basically, I think an article come out and I read it from a local newspaper, and it's after he had a fight, and it said, AJ's now 5-0 or 6-0 in K1. And I was like, he's absolutely not. Like, so I wrote on it and I commented on it to him, and I just said, well, where'd they pluck that out from? Like he would to someone. And he deleted my comment. I thought nothing of it. And then I was still friends with him on Facebook because Chris tagged us in the Impact show. And then the next day, someone sent me a screenshot of him fighting for a British title saying he's 5-0. And I went to click on the thing, and he blocked me. And he's obviously blocked me because he knew I'd call him out on his record. And that's what it was. And I was like, it's just ridiculous. So then I didn't say anything. So I messaged him privately, and he like completely aired me. Okay. So I left him a couple of days, and he wound me up a bit. So I was like, all right. So I just posted the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then he's replied instantly to that message, and I was like, hi, he goes, no, ring me, mate. I was like, oh, you want to talk now, yeah?
Yeah.
So then we spoke on the phone, and he admitted to everything, lying about his record he originally said they just come up with it, and I was like, no.
Well, the thing is, to be fair, I have seen that before on title fight. Someone's jumping in a title fight and 1-0, and the show going, I'm going to say you're 5-0 because it's a title fight, you know. But
yeah, no, I'm on about the newspapers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like they made it up. I said, come on, if I've run a football team, and they asked me to score, and I said 5-0. Who scored? I scored them all. They're going to write that.
Yeah.
You know, they're only getting the information from you. And I said, just don't start this call on another lie. I said, there's something wrong with you. And
Yeah.
then, and then he was like, all right, I did it, but I did it to make my gym look better. And thingy, I don't even, it doesn't make your gym look better anyway, but it's just showing people the wrong way about it. And it just winds me up because
Well, do you know
put it
what?
out there, people believe it, you're training kids and that. It's just not setting the right example. So
I understand that. Right, right. Do you know what? Like, if he done it, maybe to get the title fight, but when you're talking to other fighters and people that know you, just tell them, oh, like, I monkeyed that up. Do you know what I mean? Just so I can get that fight. Or
yeah.
when you talk to people who know, just be honest. Go, oh, I've done that to get that. You know, but
It's the motives behind it. It wasn't about the title fight. It was more about making himself look better, so his gym looks better. So it's all money motivated, and I don't like that either. You're not there for that. You like, just be honest. Like, it annoys me. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
I see a funny video the other day. Someone sent me. It was a guy in a BJJ gym. I don't know where it was, but he was the coach, and he was a brown belt.
Yeah.
And he sat there and he said, right, like, I've been teaching you all for this long and you've all starting to catch up with your grading, doing really well. So I've decided I haven't got time to go and see my coach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself a promotion. Took his brown belt off. I'm at a black belt around his waist. And he filmed it. Like, he was that confident in his bollocks that he's filmed it. I can't believe it.
Well, he's a bit similar to that because like I got sent a post he posted about writing about his gym saying they've got more wins than anyone in it, more fight. Well, they've had more fights and got more wins than any in the local area. And I'm like, well, that's not true because I think you've had about 6 wins like on the show altogether. One of them was a journeyman for him. The other three of them were for Louise, who left him because she realised he was a clown. Said, come on, I've got more wins in all disciplines than your whole gym put together. So you're absolutely like just lying.
How far away do your gym from his?
Is this Peterborough?
Oh,
It's
is
not
it?
too far, but it's not.
It's not around the corner, but it's not miles away, is it?
Nah, but like I said, it's not. He was saying, "Oh, it might not be good to fight each other because it looks bad for the gyms." I'm like, "No, what looks bad for the gyms is you lying through your teeth."
Yeah.
That looks bad for you, Jim.
Well, yeah, no, it don't look good, does it? Like I said, it's one thing, like that's wrong. If he is lying to get more students and stuff, that is a big no-no. And sorry, if you get caught doing that, there should be a federation that goes, right, you can't teach that no more.
100%.
And there's another, like I said.
He's got in there. If you see in the article, it's like, oh, he's competed professional MMA, professional Muay Thai and professional K1, and they're all a lie. He's done one professional K1 against a journeyman. He's done amateur K1s, yeah. He's done amateur MMA. Never had a Thai fight. It's just an absolute liar. Like, so it winds me up.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, so how do you feel about this fight being K1 rules? I know you said you prefer K1, but would you not rather have it MMA because that's not your strongest point? So you could.
No, that is my strongest point. MMA. Nah, striking's my strongest point.
Yeah, anyway. No, I get that. What I'm saying is, did not part of you want to go, well, MMA is not my strongest point, not my grappling or whatever, but let me prove I can beat you with my weak stuff.
Well, I'd fight him at anything.
Yeah.
I'll fight him at anything.
Whose choice was it to have K1?
You can do MMA afterwards. That's not a problem.
Yeah. Whose choice was it to make it MMA, K1?
Well, he's doing K1, so I said, let's fight K1.
Oh, right, fair enough. Oh, he was already signed up for it, was he?
But on my half, I said, I'll fight you at any weight. I'm not your weight, but I'm giving up probably over 20 kilos. I don't care.
Yeah, no.
Like, yes, we can do it at MMA after. That's no problem.
Yeah, no.
But like, I snapped my finger, so I wasn't really grappling a lot.
Oh, that's that picture you sent me the other day, wasn't it? Yeah.
So it doesn't. My hand doesn't actually shut.
Yeah.
My right hand still doesn't shut completely. Like I can't get the thing down. But
for anyone who wonders, when Steve said he snapped his finger, he snapped his finger completely in half. Like he sent me the picture the other day, and it was completely the wrong way. So that weren't a little injury, like he said. It was completely snapped. But so you don't think the weight difference between you two will give him much advantage, no?
No. not in the slightest. If you bumped into me down the road, I ain't gonna weigh you.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, like you were saying yesterday when we spoke, like
He's not on my level. Like he's not just not like I ain't the best, but he's like still miles behind me, and I'll school him, like absolutely school him.
yeah, and like you said, look, when we spoke yesterday, you're 6'5", you know, so you could have put the weight up and matched him in weight if you wanted to. But you know, like you said, you're confident in your ability, and you know you're gonna win. So yeah, happy days. Obviously, when we spoke yesterday, you was telling me you've got quite a few fights from the guys from your gym. You know, how does it feel to like having the young fighters that you train fighting on the same card as you?
It's the best. It's the best. The only worry with it is I'm really emotionally invested into like my fighters, and it does drain me because I was meant to fight on another show, and I cornered one of my lads, and I was like, I better calm down a bit here. Like I know you got relaxed, but it's like it was quite draining. I was thinking I've got a fight in a minute, and then the guy didn't turn up anyway, so it was like. I've got 4, but this one I've got to do 5 of them. So,
yeah. Do you know what?
It's the worst. You know?
Yeah. Do you know what I found when I was coaching? I got more nervous for my fighters than I did my own.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but the thing is, I'll tell you what I've had because I fought on the show with Caleb and a couple of others on the same show. And it really settles me down because I don't think about myself. I'm thinking about worrying about them, and then it's like, all right, get going, warm up, and you're in there. So you don't get like them nerves building up through the day and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'll tell you a funny story. Once I went to a show, and it was I'm not going to name it, but it was a real bottom level show, you know. And the show he'd done before that, I reffed a few of the K1 fights, and that's because it was a charity event for a friend of ours who died, Joe Eamon, and he was like K1 mad. So I asked if I could ref a few of the K1 fights just because it was for Joe's family, you know, the money and stuff.
Yeah.
The next show's come along, and he's gone to me. Oh, there's only one K1 fight on the show. Like the ref we got is an MMA ref. He won't ref K1. Can you ref it? I said, what fight number is it? He said, fight number 1. I said, but I'm fight number 2. But that's all right. I'll push you up the card. And I went, all right, if you're going to push me up the card, fair enough, I'll do it. And I thought, you know what? It'll give me a minute to relax. So one of the guys who was fighting, Steve, his name is as well. So I can't remember what his surname is, but he's a really good K1 fighter. And the guy who was fighting, he was like in the British wrestling team. Like wrestling was his thing. And I said to him, whatever you do, Alex, don't pick him up and slam him. If you keep doing it, I'm going to disqualify you. I don't care that we're the same team. Don't keep picking him up and slamming him because I can see it in your face already. And he went, all right. So what happened? They come out, the guy threw a kick, he picked him up, slammed him. Yeah? Broke his elbow, fractured his shoulder and dislocated it. Yeah? In seconds. Just picked him up, slammed him. Yeah. Broke his elbow, fractured and dislocated his shoulder. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that's the one thing I told you not to do. And you've done it within like 5 seconds.
What, in a K1 fight?
Yeah. Like disqualified him. Yeah. He knew he was going to get battered. He knew he was going to get battered because the guy was like shit hot, his K1.
All right, so you're trying to warn me that AJ might come up and slam me.
He might do, yeah. Watch this, AJ. There you go. I'll give you a game plan. So anyway, like the guy's been stretchered out of the cage by the ambulance team. And so I'm sitting there with him, talking to him, like trying to keep him calm. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And I knew he'd moved me up the card because the second fight was happening. And then before I know it, I hear my entrance music. And I'm not even dressed. And my entrance music's playing. So I've had to quickly strip my joggers off, like I had a tracksuit on, quickly take it off, slip my shorts on, slip my bonnet guard on, go and out. Oh, wait, move me up the card. You moved me up one fight. Yeah, no, I weren't impressed with that, to be honest. But to be honest, that showed the what kind of show it was. To be fair,
What was it then? Come on, tell us.
I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you why as well. I won't say it on there, but I'll tell you off camera why.
Yeah.
No, it's not because I'm scared. It's not the reason. I promise you. I promise you. No, you'll understand when I tell you. All right, so obviously you haven't just got some youth from the team, have you? You've got your son fighting the card as well, haven't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll tell you what. Apart from obviously the obvious, like how proud you are, you know, do you think that having your son there will like push you in a positive way, or do you think the nerves are gonna be that even more because your boy?
Honestly, I don't think I can. I don't think you can predict something like that.
Yeah, no, it's hard to say. Yeah, is it the
I don't
first
really
time
know.
on the same card then? Yeah.
Yeah, it's his first fight.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
So
he fighting?
he's fighting K1.
Oh, is he? Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's looking good as well.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
If it's anything like you, he's going to be good.
Yeah, and then like was going to get my daughter on there as well. Like,
Oh, really? Yeah.
I'm
How old
trying
are
to
you?
get a match for a Thai fight.
Yeah.
She's 16.
What about your boy?
My son's 13.
Oh,
And then
nice.
my younger son is also he does a lot of like grappling tournaments with like obviously he trains every day with me. Frankie, he's 9. But
Nice.
he's going to be good when he gets through. And we got little Ronnie, the mental one. He's not even 2 yet, but he's the craziest of all of them.
Yeah, the last one normally is, aren't they?
Yeah, but my oldest daughter don't train, so she's the only one. She'll end up managing them all.
Yeah, fair. Well, you got to have someone got brains in the team, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Obviously,
I'm hoping. He's very cool, Joe. Like,
yeah.
he's very like he takes everything in stride. Never gets nervous. Like I've had him at interclubs to watch Kaylee, for example, and then someone's not turned up, and the kid will be like bigger than Joe, and I'm like, "Do you want to do it?" He's like, "Yeah, whatever." He'll just jump in there in his football kit and like have a go. Yeah. Well, he'll do one. He'll fight him back to back, and he's never really gone with anyone his own size. They're always a lot bigger than him. So like he's given up like 6 to 10 kilos every time. So
yeah, I'll tell you what though, doing that in the club, that's what in the clubs are for, you know. Yeah. That's going to benefit him so much.
Yeah.
It really is, because when he gets to someone his own size, he's really going to notice that, having that.
Yeah, 100%. They go with like, so obviously one class of mine's 12 to 15. So he's always been in that class and being the youngest in the class. So there's always bigger than him anyway. So
yeah. Oh, no.
And like his sister has got a naughty left kick and she belts him with it. So he ain't going to be worried. He just doesn't react to anything. He's like, he's really good.
To be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing him. Really am. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good night. Obviously, so you are doing a lot with the kids. You've got your own kids coming through and that. Do you reckon you go many more fights after this, or?
With me?
Yeah. You're going to keep going, or?
Depends if anyone else winds me up. I don't know. I don't want to, like, I've took some fights that I shouldn't have even been in, like, before, and I'm like, I wouldn't unless I got paid, really. Yeah. You know what I mean? If I got paid well, then I'd do it, but I'm not fucking. I'm not on that. I'd take, like, this fight, I don't take it seriously, really. I take it as it's a fun fight for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's not fair. I've been in there with really good fighters. Like, so he's like nothing.
So to you, this is more something you're just going to prove to everyone.
Well, yeah, no, he's just pissed me off, mate.
Fair enough. Is it a title fight, this fight, is it? Or?
I think Chris was putting a title. This was another thing, though.
Yeah.
So I actually said, because it straight away, so after he was like, yeah, I've learned from it, I don't need to bring it in, straight away he asked for this to be for a title.
Yeah.
So we just had this where we're basically exposing you for being a fraud and you're trying to talk your way into shit, and straight away you go and ask for a title. And I said, personally, I'm a little bit embarrassed to fight for a title. against him.
Yeah. So he wants a title fight to watch you lift it up at the end, yeah?
Yeah. Secondly, I'm not a heavyweight, so you can fuck off if you think I'm defending it.
Yeah, that's it. You know, like a bloody monster, wouldn't you? Come in, I'll have a go.
I said the thing is, I actually still hold the middleweight K1 title on that show.
Oh dear.
I said we could have fought for that if you could lose some weight, but obviously here's what it is. So.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, everyone. Okay, this is the end of part 1. We will be bringing out part 2 very soon, and we hope you enjoyed this part and looking forward to seeing the rest.